that once in a while.
It's pretty damn funny, Frank, okay?
Yeah, we thought so.
All right. What were you saying about Jeremiah?
Jeremiah, yeah. Is that recorder on? No, it's off. Why is the little red light on?
Low battery.
Hey, me too. I got a low battery right now myself.
Okay, I get it. Focus, Frank. Come on. Jeremiah.
Right, yeah. No, it's just, we never have any problems with him or his people, you know? I mean, everybody who goes up there stays up there. Yeah, except the ones who come into town to work. Yes, you may as well leave the world of the living altogether, I say. Most of the time, the only trouble we get is from, other people, like this guy you talked to the other day.
So you met him before?
Oh, chased him off once or twice when he showed up, threatening folks up at the household.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, well, one night he was real drunk. Said he was going to drive his car right into the middle of the main house. Blow them all straight to hell.
Really?
Yeah, well, he spent the night as our guest for that one.
No, you consider this a cult or something?
Yeah, sometimes. I mean, who the hell am I to say what is or isn't a cult, you know? They don't go around all dressed in black slicing up pussycats. That's what you mean. They don't go around wearing orange tablecloths at bus stations and asking for money. Just, regular folks. So, I don't know. Sometimes no, sometimes yeah. We had a... Here, keep it. We had a woman come through here about a year ago. Yeah, about a year ago. She was living up at the household, and she called us up all hysterical, saying there was weird stuff going on up there. Well, we checked it out. Never found anything strange. A couple of Jeremiah's people asked us in for coffee and cake, showed us anything we wanted to see. Real nice people. The other thing I learned about real nice people...
No, what?
You can't trust them. Anyway, we wrote it off to hysterics. She was pregnant at the time, and, well, if you've ever had a pregnant wife, sometimes they can get, kind of unpredictable, fly off the handle, you know how it is.
Right. So what happened to her? What happened to her?
She ran away, took up with some relatives about 20 miles up in Danvers. Died in childbirth a month later.
Wow.
I never could figure that one out. Young woman, strong, fit, just dumb and dies like that.
Huh, really? How about the baby?
No, it didn't survive.
Really?
Well, funny thing about that, I asked the coroner about it since it's still Manasee County business, and that's my job, ask questions.
Sure.
Well, he wouldn't give me a straight answer. Just said that the baby wasn't right, and that it was better for everyone that it never made it. The rest of the kids up there seem fine, healthy, fit, no signs of abuse. The only strange thing about them is they're quiet. I mean, they're real quiet.
How do you mean?
Well, whenever we showed up, they'd watch us go in, watch us talk, just watch us. With those quiet kind of eyes. Never spoke unless they were spoken to. Never saw kids that quiet before. I got this.
July 19th, 7 p.m. Subject's records arrived from Manasee PD. Credit check in hand from TRW. Background files on Clarefield, the standard extras. Prior to 6 months ago, subject's records indicate no violent tendencies, no criminal record, good credit, some DMV moving violations, ran a couple of red lights. Otherwise, pretty clean, though I'm still waiting for the interstate records to come in. Betsy!
Yeah.
Where the hell are those doctor's records? I had them right here.
On the second drawer, red folder.
What the hell's it doing there?
I thought you were done with it.
I was. Just want to take another look at it.
Anything else?
No. Thanks. Hope you don't mind me recording this.
And if I did?
Hey, now you're hurting my feelings. It's unethical.
Come on, Mark. I know you too long. The only guy who did more recording when he shouldn't have was Nixon. And you saw how he ended up. Yeah, okay. Record me. What was your question?
I got this guy I'm investigating. And up until 6 months ago, he's totally clean.
Mm-hmm.
No police record, no history of violent behavior. Perfectly stable in every way I can see. But I got to justify a restraining order if I need one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway.
So what have you got?
Doctor's report. Not much detail. Mentions he suffers from paranoid delusions, considered unstable and potentially violent.
Mm-hmm.
I called the number, but the doctor must have moved or something because it doesn't work anymore. I've got some people trying to dig up a new contact number for him. But meanwhile, I guess, this is what I'm wondering. Is it possible for a guy to just go nuts one day? Just start acting dangerous, threatening people, have a nervous breakdown?
Now stop. That's no such thing as a nervous breakdown. Show me the nerves that break down.
You know what I mean.
You're asking me to make a long-distance prognosis on very little data. Look, for as much as you hear about somebody just going off one day and shooting up a post office, when you dig just a little more, you invariably find a history of disturbed behavior. Something. Violence, an abusive environment, drugs, alcohol. Was this guy a user?
No, I don't think he even drinks.
All right, well, anyway, in my experience, and you may want to talk to someone with more clinical experience with, violent psychosis than me.
Right.
But in my experience, people just don't go nuts one day. Something may happen, and maybe that something is real, and maybe it isn't. But there has to be some kind of trigger.
Huh.
What?
Well, I was just thinking, you think it might be enough of a shock if this guy found out his wife was having an affair with somebody else? That maybe his kids weren't legitimately his?
Beats me. I guess it would depend on how he found out, and who the father was, and, that sort of thing.
Interesting. Okay, thanks, Doc.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, can I go back to sleep? I'm going up to Red Lake tomorrow. You ever been bass fishing?
No.
Mark? Mark, what are you doing here?
I had some questions, and
No, you shouldn't be here. I mean, you shouldn't come without calling first.
I was just in the area. I figured I may as well stop in and call. If it's a problem, if something's wrong, I can always...
No, it's not a problem.
And you are...
Jeremiah.
Oh, then you're the man in charge.
Sometimes I like to think so. Then I go lay down until it passes.
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to intrude.
Of course you did. That's your job, after all. Though I understand that this time you're on the side of the angels, helping Sister Sarah with her difficult situation.
Well, I'm trying, but I don't know the full situation here, and I thought if I could check out the place, talk to anyone else who could testify about his violent temper.
I'm afraid the only people who could help you with that are away in town.
Oh.
But I'd be happy to show you around the household.
Jeremiah, it's not necessary.
It's all right, Sarah. If it helps your situation, I'm happy to spend the time. Here, this way. This is the children's wing. We operate our own school here for all our little ones.
They're awfully quiet for kids.
They're raised to be polite. Speak when spoken to. Say hello, children.
Hello, Jeremiah.
And how are you all today?
Fine, thank you.
Interesting.
What is it?
Well, they all look a little like you, don't you think?
I don't.
Jeremiah?
Are you recording this?
No.
You are.
Well, it must have come on by accident. I'm sorry. It couldn't have been on for more than a second.
Turn it off, Mark.
Sure, just let me get to it.
Turn it off right now.
Testing. Test.
See? I told you, it works just fine. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with it.
now. But what about next time I use it?
It'll be just fine then, too.
I mean, I just brought it in to have the heads cleaned 2 weeks ago,
I realize
Jeff.
that.
I make my living with this thing. I can't have it screwing me up.
It didn't screw you up. I checked it up one side and down the other, Mark. The mic's fine. The frequency range is right about where it should be for a recorder that size.
So what the hell was all that static?
It wasn't static.
What are you talking about? I heard it
It
myself.
wasn't static. Here, listen to this. I transferred the problem area to the diagnostic recorder before I put the tape back in again, right? I figured if I could get a sonic signature on the distortion, I could backtrack it to the source.
What does that mean?
It means that the source isn't the recorder.
Well, what's that supposed to mean?
Listen to this. Hold on a second. Listen to this.
Why about his violent temper?
I'm afraid the only people who could help you with that are...
See, there it is.
I'm not arguing. But if it was the recorder, we'd hear it on all the voices. Every one of them, not just a few. And right now, as far as I can tell, the sound is just behind this Jeremiah guy and behind the kids.
Wow. So, what is it then?
I don't know. That's what I was trying to figure out. So I isolated it, then I ran it through the system, boosted the bass line, I ran it through a couple filters, equalizers, the whole bit. Check this out. This is what I got.
What the hell is that?
I was kind of hoping you could tell me. I have never heard anything like it.
I don't have any
And you
idea.
know what? You better turn that off. You're wasting the batteries.
Oh, right, okay.